may or no rain has really fallen across that portion of the
go again, right? Just a couple of days ago. Continues up into Oldham County, Henry County, northern Shelby, kind of tapers off the farther east you go. Weakens quite a bit along the Ohio River, 64. All right, a brand new severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued downstream from the tornadic thunderstorm that was moving across southern portions of Harrison County. So perhaps National Weather Service is looking at this saying, all right, might be weakening somewhat. We're going to wait and see. I'm sure there's a tornado tag on this.
Yes, there is.
Okay, but a severe thunderstorm warning is now in effect for southwestern portions of Jefferson County, to include Valley Station, okay, to include the Jefferson County Memorial Forest. It comes close to you folks in Fairdale, in Hollyville, down into the Stites area, for example, West Point, and then down into northern portions of Hardin County, of course, western Bowling, and catches northern and northeastern Meade, all right? Severe thunderstorm warning in effect. The tornado warning continues as well for southeastern Harrison County and far north and northeastern Meade County, including you folks in Brandenburg. So if you're still in that tornado warning zone, you know what, just stay in your place of safety until this thing has passed on through or it has weakened altogether. And hopefully the weakening trend, and it does look a little weaker, hopefully that will continue.
And then we just have to watch back out towards Teller City, where we still have that tornado warning going. We have to see if that can hold together and make its way over into Breckenridge. So even if this goes away, we still have some more off to the west that we're going to have to continue to keep an eye on as this continues to slowly make its way in across much of the Commonwealth as we move deeper into our Sunday night.
They're beginning to trim back the tornado warning too, so that's good news.
Yeah.
And Central and Harrison County are no longer underneath that tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning. So that's good. Brandenburg, though, you gotta still stay put.
Yeah, 30 minutes ago I was pretty worried about, the western half of Jefferson County with this particular supercell. This thing has really taken a right turn. So the most dangerous part of this cell, if it continues on that track, is going to pass south of the metro now. It's going to pass into portions of northern Hardin County and here in western Bullitt County and stay down here in northeastern Meade. So you can still see this pendant on the southwestern flank. That implies rotation, at least in the mid-levels of the storm. So again, could still be looking at some hail in spots and some strong winds. So we'll continue to monitor that as it moves off to the east. Well, if you would, if you can give me a track, let's do not a cone, so to speak. Let's do the line and start it from just east of Buena Vista and take it down. There you go. Perfect. Right there. Carry it off to the southeast. That's right there. That's good. There you go. 25.
A little bit about for the tornado or for the thunderstorm warning. They had said southeast at 35 miles per hour, so it's speeding up.
Okay. All right. Let's put a track on that. All right, so West Point, Muldra, 1127, 1128, communities around there. Also other areas it would get, you're talking about potentially...
Shepherdsville, Gap, not Fox Chase. I still think that you're getting hit with this thunderstorm.
It could come close to Radcliffe as well. I think it'll pass pretty much to the north of you, but it could come close. So just know... we'll watch this very closely. All right, let me see the rotation, if I could, please. The wind field, the velocity field on this. Yeah, it's still rotating, but it's broad right now. It really is. I don't see a tight tornadic circulation. Do you guys?
No, I'm going to go back a couple of scans just to kind of see how.
Yeah. And there's the rotation. You can see it. Go back again for me if you would know. This was it right here, and it was moving. Now let's go forward and notice. Yeah, it's pretty broad right now. That's some good news. It's still a strong storm. It's still a severe storm.
And the thing is, it's nearly on top of the radar.
Yes.
So we're getting some very good scans of just how strong and kind of the rotation of what it's doing.
What's up?
maybe only 5,
tracking
10
weather
miles
right
on
now.
the
What's up?
radar.
Yeah, we're getting a great sampling right now. So, okay, all right. So we have other warnings. We have another severe thunderstorm warning that is very close to Corydon and off towards the west. Catches southern Crawford County, southwestern Harrison County. Tornado, or I should say severe thunderstorm warning. Excuse me, severe thunderstorm warning. We do have a tornado warning that's out near Tell City and Cannleton, though, along the Ohio
There's a
River.
typhoon in the Pacific.
And that's catches southwestern Perry County, so we'll watch that storm closely.
I'm pretty
This
sure
guy
there
will
is.
continue to move off in an east-southeasterly direction and likely impact Breckenridge and portions of Meade a little farther down the road. So, as it stands right now, the tornado warning continues.
That tornado warning ain't too far from me.
Northern portions of Meade and far northwestern Hardin County for the next several minutes. But looking at that storm,
If there's anybody tuning in from Kentucky right now, can you tell me where you're tuning in from? That way I can tell you where the warning's at.
Gusty winds, maybe some hail.
If you are near the warning.
Things can change in a hurry.
They're thinking it's maybe transitioning to kind of, like you said, wind and downburst kind of potential, not really seeing quite the rotation as much either.
Okay, very good to see. All right. Other heavy rainfall is occurring right now along the Snyder in Jefferson County.
Hello.
It extends up into Oldham County as well. Right now, Mo's got the rainfall rate on it. You can see what I'm talking about. But when you go up to the northeast, it's really raining hard in spots. Close to Crestwood, close to places like Ballardsville, and you get over towards Chestnut Grove, Eminence, close to Newcastle. Man, it is coming down. You're talking rainfall rates. 6
It ain't doing nothing
per
here
hour,
yet.
especially just east-northeast of Jefferson County here. Around the metro, not a lot of nasty weather ongoing at this time. Some rain showers, a little bit of lightning and thunder, but not much happening around the metro. Now, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that catches far southwestern Jefferson County, including the Memorial Forest, but and that's from that supercell. So,
Take a look at all of the rain that is falling. We do have quite a few flash flood warnings.
Now, if I do get a tornado
Be
warning,
aware of that. You don't want to be driving through
then I will have to hop off flag
flash flood warnings.
and take cover.
Orange County underneath that, parts of Scott County and Clark County. And you've seen a lot of rain with these storms. Just taking a look at some of the rainfall in Washington County, almost 5 inches of rain. And these are 3-hour rain totals, you guys. Almost 3 inches north of Charlestown. We're seeing some of that heavier rain put down almost 2 inches. And this is just from the storm that just rolled through Oldham County. And then over our, along just south of I-64, and we'll take you further south. We're seeing almost 3 1/3 inches of rain there over in southern Crawford County, 2.5 inches of rain in central Harrison County. So yeah, this is, we're likely going to be seeing a lot of pounding on the roadways. So I want you to be very careful if you do need to travel. I know that much of the storm activity, which is zooming out and showing you, is more along 64 in the south, but still, you do not want to be out driving in any of these areas where you've got 3 flat phone boxes, just because you can easily hydroplane, you can get stuck. We've had water rescues just a few days ago when we had a bunch of flash flooding, so we don't want that to be you here tonight or early tomorrow morning.
and let's take a live look outside right now. Josh, up in the booth there, let's go ahead and take a look at the tower cam. Let's look at the Sheraton cam if you can. There you go, from the Sheraton, and Jeff looking back off to the south. Over the Ohio River, downtown Louisville, the Clark Memorial Bridge all lit up, and occasional lightning strikes in the background there. From that supercell, actually, that is just west-southwest of the metro, so still a fairly energetic storm, producing lots of CGs, clouded ground lightning strikes, close to the Memorial Forest and down into far western and northwestern Bullitt County. Things are fairly quiet in the downtown region with light, 2 times moderate rainfall, but certainly around 90% of the metro, no severe weather ongoing. Let's go back to the radar now, and let's pull out here just a little bit. Mom, can you also give me, let's take the warnings off, and what I'd like to do is take a look at a time lapse over the past hour, 2 hours. And if you, let's go a little bit wider, because what I'm looking for here is the threat pretty much bypassing the metro now. We have the outflow boundary, which is down here now. So that's where you got heavy rainfall. You do have a couple of supercells out here, but chances
Looks like
are
there's
these
some developing.
supercells will start moving southeasterly towards the warm, moist air.
They said that there was going to be some that could develop along the line, unless they fall apart, and it'll sweep across the rest of Kentucky.
There's at least a chance that the metro might be getting out of this relatively soon, actually. And the shift, the more threat for severe weather going forward the next couple, 3 hours, maybe a little bit farther south and southwest. So we'll have to watch this part of the viewing area here over the next 1 to 2 hours. So let's not put down our guard just yet in the metro. But it's kind of looking like that to me.
So it's looking more and more likely that once we hit the bottom of the hour here in the next 3 to 4 minutes, that tornado warning will likely be able to expire, and they'll just continue the severe thunderstorm warning with the Tor Plus tag with it as it moves out of Harrison County, gets ready to move into that very sliver of Hardin County, and then makes its way into Bullitt County as it crosses back over the river one more time.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, Shively, Louisville, downtown Louisville, Ferny Creek, Glenmary, J-Town, up to Linden, Glen Oaks, Prospect right now, just light rain. The bigger threat for severe weather is farther off to the west and southwest. We're going to watch things for the next half hour, just to make sure none of that pushes back towards the metro, but there's a real chance that the metro may be coming out of the worst threat anyway for tonight's severe weather. We still have the threat alive and well immediately off to the south.
I'm just going to say this, as long as there's a tornado threat, I'm not going off live.
Jefferson County, just south of Valley Station, got heavy rainfall, lots of thunder and lightning, and this is going to be moving across a good chunk of Bullitt County and northern Hardin County right here. There's the tornado warning that continues for the next 2 minutes.
They've actually let it expire, so they've dropped that, but they are going to upgrade that severe thunderstorm warning to consider it, thinking it could have 70-mile-an-hour winds where that pitch was. So they are thinking there's still probably some really gusty winds, but not seeing quite the rotation we were quite a bit ago, so they're allowing that tornado warning to now drop.
Gotcha. So we're going to go from the tornado warning to a considerable, what we call severe thunderstorm warning for the potential for wind gusts that could be 70 miles an hour, a little bit higher. And this would catch far southwestern Jefferson
Okay,
County,
so anybody that's in that tornado warning zone,
for the next several minutes. And if you're in those areas,
they're going to downgrade that tornado warning to a considerable severe thunderstorm warning with 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and tornado possible tag.
That one has actually been expired too.
This is expired right here. Okay, good news. So we have the tornado warning out near Tell City. We'll watch that supercell. That is actually moving off in an east-southeasterly direction. We'll have to watch the remainder of southern Perry, but especially Breckenridge County here over the next 15, 20 minutes or so.
So yeah, the good news is also those tornado warnings farther off the west have been expired. So the only active tornado warning we have is for that one over Tell City, and even that looks to kind of maybe be losing a little bit of it, but still has a little bit of a notch on the southern side. So we'll continue to watch that very closely there, and kind of, again, straddling the Ohio River there in Hancock County, could be trying to move into southern portions of Perry County and then make their way into Breckenridge County. So we'll have to keep an eye on that still. That tornado warning goes until 11:45. So we got about 15 minutes still to go on that one.
Yeah, this is still rotating decently. Actually, the rotation
That's still
right on the southern flank of this tour warning too. The southern polygonal part. So if a new one is issued, I wouldn't be this bit surprised to see it a little farther south-southeast, but we'll have to watch for that tornado warning on into sections of Breckinridge County. If it is issued to include places like Stephensport, Cloverport, let me see. Yeah, it could come close to Hardensburg. We'll watch for that very, very closely. All right, there you go. So the tornado warning that was in effect for Harrison County and Meade County, as Eric talked about.
If they if this goes off, I'm gonna start another stream, but I'm gonna do it with the Evansville TV stations. I'm gonna switch stations.
Far southwestern Jefferson County, Bullitt County, and northern sections of Hardin County, and that catches northeastern Meade as well. And we have the tornado warning that's out closer to Tell City. Hancock County catches southwestern Perry County. We'll watch that very closely. If that storm maintains its intensity, and a new warning is issued downstream, it would carry it into Breckinridge County. So we're going to watch that real close.
And then they did issue a new one for that cell, again, farther west out towards Boonville, just kind of to the north and east of Evansville. So that, too, is another one left to watch. But that one doesn't look to be quite as defined as the one a little farther to the east. I think that one continues to be the one only major cell that we still have to keep kind of a close eye on, as maybe a new warning, as you mentioned, could be issued for Hancock and then Breckinridge County if they do a new warning.
All right. Okay. All right, so at this time, we have flash flood warnings. We have a severe thunderstorm warning. It does catch far southwestern Jefferson County. The rest of Jefferson County, some showers, a little bit of thunder and lightning out there, but certainly nothing severe. And once this storm pushes off to the south of Jefferson County altogether, I think the threat for severe weather here in the metro is waning. I think that threat is starting to go downhill. So some good news. The main threat is going to be shifting farther south and southwest.
So we just got a severe thunderstorm warning.
Now, tornado watch continues. Guys, it goes until 2 a.m.
2 a.m., but they are starting to trim some of that on the northern side of it, so it does look like we're beginning to kind of, especially across a large portion of southern Indiana, although they still have that up, they are slowly beginning to kind of trim that away, as it looks like the threat is now pushing south of the Ohio River and making its way into the Commonwealth. But we still do have that tornado watch for those areas in the pink. It goes for at least another 2.5 hours until 2 a.m. in the morning. So we'll have to continue to watch this closely, as now most
That's
of
a severe
the storms are
thunderstorm warning
pushing into Kentucky and out of southern Indiana. They will more than likely continue to trim those tornado watches off to the north.
All right, Eric, thanks so very much. So you're looking at a wide view now of the WLKY viewing area. Showers and thunderstorms continue. Some of these storms still pretty intense. Southwest of downtown Louisville, severe thunderstorm warning in effect. A couple of tornado warnings just outside the WLKY viewing area. These storms are moving east and sinking south, producing locally heavy rainfall and also some gusty winds. The good news, even though we did get a confirmed tornado in sections of Clark County, for the most part, we've had a little bit of tree damage, power line damage, is that right?
Yeah, tree and power line damage in northern Clark County, and then we did just get a report of that cell off to the west of a 51 mile an hour wind report in Hancock County from that.
Gotcha, from that cell right there. Okay, gotcha. So we still have a number of warnings, a number of storms we're tracking in the WLKY viewing area. We just have the one severe thunderstorm warning. It goes for the next several minutes. But Norman, things are quieting down just a little bit now as far as the tornado threat is concerned, at least in our viewing area. We'll continue to monitor these cells that are producing tornado warnings immediately west and southwest of the viewing area, because they are slipping in our direction. And a confirmed touchdown, Norman, up around Henryville about an hour and a half ago or so. Some tree damage, power line damage, but from what we've heard, no injuries and certainly no fatalities. So some good news on this Father's Day night. Norman, listen to the radio.
Right now on WLKY, this is breaking news.
Meteorologist Jay Cardosi
Hey, Eric, Mo, Rose, thank you all very much. It's been a night of storms across the area with several tornado warnings. Here's video of a possible tornado in Princeton tonight, but that threat is not over yet. Our radar is showing where the storms and the warnings are now. We've been getting photos and video of the storms tonight. We'll show you a few of them. Look at these dark storm clouds on Salem Road tonight. You can see lightning. Tornado sirens you can hear out there as well. Here are photos from Princeton. Thick cloud cover. There's a tornado warning here earlier tonight. A possible tornado was sighted there. If you don't have it already, download our app. It is free. You can get severe weather alerts for your neighborhood, right down to where you live. It's a great way to stay informed, especially overnight tonight. Weather aside, it was another weekend of chaos in Bardstown Road. Fights led to multiple shootings last night. Our Edward Smith talked to Highlands residents about what happened.
He says the two shootings here on Bardstown Road stem from multiple fights that broke out on the outside of these two nightclubs.
Oh, Lord.
The Hub and Atomic.
Okay, I'm going to turn this off. Y'all don't need to see this crap.
More changes need to be made.
I'm going to start up another live stream here in just a minute when I switch to Evansville stations.
It would come to this, but it